Hello there everyone, Ash and Flash here, and welcome on into a very interesting LEGO City video. Today we are looking at the theme's first ever D2C. This is set number 76968. This is the LEGO City Tower set. It has 1,941 pieces, retailing for $209.99 USD or $259.99 Canadian. It'll be releasing on June the 1st, unlike all the other sets for North America that we'll have to wait until August to get. So this is going to be available worldwide on the 1st of June. And I'm intrigued by the concept and idea of this. If you don't know what a D2C means, it stands for direct to consumer. So Lego's big sets that they like to launch exclusively at Lego Shop at Home and Lego stores, and then it'll be available in other stores, mostly online, 2 to 3 months later. I always get that question. So this is the first ever really big set that they're pushing here for City, which I think is really interesting. I'm a little disappointed by this. When I first heard about this, I was sort of hoping maybe it was going to be a modular that you'd be able to connect to like your regular Lego cities. I'm thinking that this was going to be a Ninjago City set, but for City. And it's just not really like that at all. I really was expecting something like the City sets, where it was just going to be this incredible model, 360 degrees. And it's just sort of a hodgepodge of a bunch of different staples when it comes to the City theme, which I do think is an interesting concept. I just feel like it doesn't scream tower to me either. It seems a little small. And I feel like when it comes to City, if this was some sort of anniversary set, maybe it would make a little bit more sense to have something be this big and at this price. But City's main demographic is always going to be kids. So are kids going to be able to spend this amount of money on a set like this? And then it's not as detailed as you would expect for adults. So I'm sort of at a loss of who exactly this set is for. But let's go ahead and talk about the build itself. So the main building there in the center, the white building, I think looks gorgeous. I really do like some of the building techniques throughout this here. I love the curves up here above on this top window there. I think that looks great and how they have designed that. You do have the new pigeon piece included in this set as well, which I really appreciate. And the little sign there on that 2x4 Mario tile looks great with the 1932. And you've got a little city silhouette, and that is a reference to when the Lego group actually started. You've got a brick-built corner plate there. And then down below, I like those windows. I think it feels like a modular window. Like that is as detailed as you would see in a regular set. Love that curve there for the subway like sort of cover. I think that looks great using that part there, and we'll talk about that since we're here. The subway looks amazing. I think this is one of my favorite, if not my favorite part and build for the set. The graffiti on this one side looks so fun with the aliens, the planets, the spaceship. You've even got, I think that's a reference to Ninjago and Dreams on this one tile there. That's really cool too. And then you've got some sunglasses and on this Lego minifigure. On the other side, you've got RR, which is a reference to the different racers themes throughout the years. You've got Build with a little Lego hand, No Limits, which is a saying for the City sets. But overall, like the design for this little trolley looks great. I really like the design with these doors on both sides, as well as in the front, just how that is designed looks cool. And you can also connect this. I'm not sure to what exactly. Maybe they'll introduce a subway or something else down the line. But if you do get multiple of these sets, which I'm sort of thinking of asking Lego for so that I can turn this into an actual modular, it would be interesting to connect this and make a bigger subway station. Now, the interior of this is also really interesting. It actually is meant to be sort of an apartment building, I think, for this family that you're going to see for all the minifigures. So speaking of that family, you've got a little family portrait here, this family photo on this 2x4 tile. You can see everybody included in the set, and they also are all wearing matching sweaters, which is cute. You've got a little ticket stub there, and you've got a carpet on the floor, and then this is meant to represent the police database there, where she's scanning a criminal, which is interesting. And the wanted poster is just there on the floor. It is placed somewhere else in the set, but I like the little seat as well as the table and everything there. On the top floor, you've got a big couch as well as a big TV screen there, which is referencing some other stuff from City in the past, and then also like some sort of gaming console down below. And you do have this wall that is missing that you could see is being broken open, and when you break open that door, you actually can jump out of it, I guess, if you wanted to, and into this tube here, this construction tube, which looks really cool. I love the idea of this, and then you slide on out. So this is what's being represented here. Construction is a big part of the Lego City theme, and it's being represented with that tube, but as well as this really big crane, which I think also looks really great. I think this is one of the better parts of the build that just feels very substantial and very detailed. You do have the crane that can lower and raise. You could see they've got some different boxes and crates here on this pallet, just like for another set, what was it, Animal Crossing, with some people moving into the apartment, which is kind of an interesting concept. Down below that, if you follow down, you've got a little police department garage, I guess. You've got the police symbol up above, and then a garage door that actually is storing a little police car. So that's kind of cute. You've also got the wanted poster hanging outside there as well as a traffic cone or a pylon. I like the leaves scattered throughout this down here on the base of this. You have an advertisement for the burgers, which is a truck that we've gotten recently, as well as a fire hydrant and some water outside of the fire little station over here, which has a garage door in red and white. And again, you've got a little fire car here included as well. Up above that, instead of construction, you've got this big skate ramp, which is kind of crazy and dangerous if you're jumping off the roof of this building and then jumping off that skate ramp. But that's a very cool design on the side there. I like at the tip of the ramp, the red and white looks really cool. And you've got a little no limit sign at the very top of the building. I love those pyramids and everything. That looks great. You've got a giant satellite dish there, as well as this whole build up there that is meant to actually hold a space shuttle. So they are also featuring space in here, which I think is a very crazy concept. Now, if I'm being honest, I've never been the biggest fan of space and Arctic stuff when it comes to city. I wish that they just focused on actually what's inside of the city. And I feel like when I look at this tower as a whole, it's missing one thing, and it's missing medical stuff. Like, there's no hospital or ambulance or anything being represented here from that, the main big three of city. So I am a bit disappointed by that. I think putting a helipad on the roof and then just having like an ambulance helicopter would have been more realistic as well, instead of that big spaceship on the top. And I think maybe, again, the tower could have been a little bit taller with another interior spot there. But the figures in here as well, I do like them. So they are meant to mostly all be a part of a family. You've got a older police officer there. You've got a little girl with a cool looking torso. I like the USB stick sticking out of her pocket. You have this foreman from the other set, which now you don't have to go and get that other set. I really like the hair and hat as well as the belt in that color. This space astronaut is really cool. I love that helmet with all those stickers there with the little alien is really cute. And the Joker hair as well in dark orange is awesome to see. You have somebody, I guess, accepting tickets and different things for the subway. You've got a skater there, and then you've also got a fireman. Overall, I don't think this is the best city set that we've... Overall, I am a little bit disappointed. I mean, I was really expecting this to be the best city set maybe that we've ever gotten. That was my hope going into this. And I don't even think it's the best city set of the summer. There's some really good stuff here for the summer, and this just isn't it, in my opinion. I am a little disappointed, but I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments about this set. Are you going to be picking this up on June the 1st? Be sure to subscribe, turn the bell notifications so you don't miss out on future LEGO City set news and potentially reviews. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Hope you all have a great day. I will see you all in the next one.